If I were to venture a guess, I'd say, selfishly, the three Fox Valley schools are probably at the top. If I were to venture a guess.
I guess speak a little bit about the Bay Valley, and then from there, we'll just kind of take a look at the state as a whole.
I mean, I love how the Bay Valley's grown lacrosse-wise since I've started coaching.
What's your assessment of the Bay Valley?
Well, I think you got to start with Marsh's team, that went to the state championship and came a minute and a half away from sneaking away with that one with some awesome goalie play. I'm happy. Jack Ramsos, wherever you are, very glad you played, glad you graduated, man, because he was a good goalie.
Marsh out at Neenah doing a great job. Tway out there, Dawson Lee doing a phenomenal job out there. Their defense is always going to be solid. They do always a good job with that. They have great athletes on that team. So year in, year out, no matter who's on the roster, they're always going to put up a fight. They're going to be a great contender. So I'm excited to see what they can do coming out of the gate this year.
Yeah, I think a lot of people sleep on Roger and Kimberly, but he does a great job, scouting, putting in game plans, and for what he might lack in the top talent, like he does a great job, doing that and really figuring out who the opponent is. I mean, he that was our toughest game other than the state championship game for us last year, and that was our second round. They're going to kind of sneak up on some people, and I think they'll be a lot better than people think, truthfully.
And then you got to look at Appleton. Appleton, I think they were. Boy, God bless everyone who's involved with Appleton. I think it's so hard to manage at times a multi-school co-op.
Sure,
but they've got the numbers. I heard the other day they're 45 plus, I guess, something like that, which means they're going to have a solid JV team, varsity team. And their defense is huge. I mean, they are just absolute monsters. They graduate a lot of their offense, so I think that'll be Danny's challenge this year.
And then Roger, he's always going to have that athletic, strong team. They have some really good athletes out there. Their goalie is a sophomore. He has potential to be one of the best goalies in the state. Reed. Kimberly's fielding 50 plus guys. They have a JV1, a JV2 team. It's amazing. I love seeing that.
Roger, from a coaching standpoint, it's always good for a win or two, I think, on the
purely
from him.
Yeah, exactly. So just a big win that you're just like, oh wow, like that was good. That was good. That was really good. Not expected. So yeah, no, I think it could be any one of the three that are down here that can kind of lead the conference off. But if I were a betting man, I'd be betting on the Rockets.
With the WIA taking on, in now its second season, taking on high school lacrosse, the WLF really now is focused on investing and developing that pipeline, really focused on investing on our youth programs to make sure that we have strong high school programs, strong feeder systems for those high school programs, to make sure that WIA lacrosse is successful. So I think the WLF has really changed its focus. I think the WLF is really investing and focusing its energy and time on the youth. And I think that's really a good thing, because then, there's more time and effort devoted to the youth, to helping them get better. Last year, we kind of were in two different camps. There was like a camp up in the Green Bay area that had us, Oneida, De Pere, us, De Pere, Bayport, and Notre Dame. And then on the other side was the Fox Valley schools, Neenah, Kimberly, Appleton, Wausau, and Oneida were in a separate group. This year, we put together, our athletic directors worked together. They put a fast track proposal in front of the WIAA. And so now it kind of, if you remember the old Bay Valley, we kind of merged that back together. And next year, Stevens Point will be offering lacrosse. So essentially, yeah. So I think essentially what used to be the old Bay Valley is now kind of brought back together now as the new Bay Valley under the auspices of the WIA. So that's really an exciting development for us. And I think something that everybody's looking forward to.